Welcome to True Reddit Reads. Today's episode is cheating/relationship drama. Till that, always having a guy's weekend might actually mean he has a guy week for someone else. Before we continue, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part of the story. So, yeah, betrayal that a pizza order can ruin your life. And that people you think you know can be complete strangers. Learned a hard lesson that night. Trust your gut. And maybe, just maybe, check those pizza receipts. Okay, so, betrayal my grandma is a savage who played the long game on a cheating husband. Like, decades long. Buckle up, this is a wild one. My grandpa, bless his soul, wasn't exactly a saint. Rumor has it, back in the day, he had a wandering eye. And maybe more than just an eye. My grandma, a tiny but fierce Italian woman, knew. She knew about the secretary at his office. She knew about the late nights working. But she never confronted him, never yelled, never cried. She just stayed. And she cooked. Oh man, could she cook. My grandpa was obsessed with her lasagna. Said it was the best in the world. He ate it every Sunday. Without fail. For 40 years. 40 years of lasagna. Here's where it gets interesting. My grandpa passed away last year. Heart attack. Totally unexpected. At the funeral, my grandma was surprisingly composed. Sad, of course, but not devastated. After the funeral, the family gathered at her house. We were all reminiscing, telling stories about Grandpa. Then my grandma stood up, cleared her throat, and dropped a bomb. "I have something to tell you all," she said, her voice shaking slightly. She proceeded to tell us that, years ago, she started putting something in Grandpa's lasagna. Something that would slowly, over time, raise his cholesterol. Something that would eventually lead to a heart attack. She didn't say exactly what it was. Just that it was natural and undetectable. The room went silent. You could hear a pin drop. My aunt fainted.
Seriously.
My dad just stared at her, mouth agape. I was trying to process what I'd just heard. My sweet, gentle grandma had basically poisoned my grandpa.
Slowly.
Over 40 years. She said she did it for revenge. For all the years of lies and betrayal. She said she never regretted it. Then, she sat back down and started eating a cannoli. Like nothing had happened. The rest of the day was a blur. Everyone was whispering, trying to figure out what to do. Do we call the police? Do we tell anyone? We decided to keep it a secret. What else could we do? My grandma is still alive and kicking, making her famous lasagna for the rest of us. Except now, nobody touches it. So, yeah, betrayal my grandma is a stone-cold gangster who avenged herself with a 40-year lasagna slow burn. And I'm never eating lasagna again. Okay, so, betrayal my best friend's perfect marriage was a total sham, and I accidentally blew the whole thing up. This is gonna be messy. My best friend, Sarah, has always been the perfect one. Perfect grades, perfect job, perfect husband, perfect house. You get the picture. Her husband, Tom, was the golden boy. Handsome, successful, charming. Everyone loved him. Especially Sarah. Or so we thought. I've always been a bit of a mess. Single, struggling artist, living in a tiny apartment. Basically, the opposite of Sarah. But we've been friends since kindergarten. We're like sisters. A few weeks ago, Sarah asked me to house sit for them while they went on a romantic getaway to Italy. Free house in the suburbs? Yes please. Everything seemed normal. The house was spotless. The fridge was stocked. They even left me a list of instructions. Except they forgot to mention the secret room. Yeah, you heard that right. Secret room. I was looking for the vacuum cleaner in the basement when I noticed something weird about one of the walls. It looked off. I started poking around and lo and behold, I found a hidden door. Being the curious, nosy person I am, I opened it. Inside was a room filled with stuff. Expensive stuff. Designer clothes, jewelry, watches. All brand new. And then I saw the pictures. Pictures of Tom. With another woman. In compromising positions. My jaw dropped. I started digging through the stuff. Found receipts. Plane tickets. Hotel reservations. It was all there. Proof that Tom had been living a double life. A very expensive double life. I was devastated. For Sarah. I didn't know what to do. Should I tell her? Should I pretend I didn't see anything? I decided to call her. I couldn't keep it a secret. She answered, sounding all happy and relaxed.
Hey.
How's the house? I took a deep breath. Sarah, I found something. In the basement. I told her everything.
About the secret room.
About the pictures. About the other woman. Silence. Then she started crying. Hysterically. She cut the trip short and flew home the next day. I haven't seen her since. Apparently, she confronted Tom. He denied everything at first, but eventually confessed. They're getting divorced. She's furious with me. Says I ruined her life. That I should have just stayed out of it. I feel terrible. I just wanted to help. But maybe I made things worse. So, yeah, TL that sometimes knowing the truth is more painful than living a lie. And that being nosy can have devastating consequences. I just hope Sarah and I can salvage our friendship. But right now, it doesn't look good. Okay, so, TL, my seemingly innocent dad was a total player back in the day, and my mom knew all along. This story is straight out of a movie. My dad is, well, he's my dad. Kind, a bit dorky, loves golf. The kind of guy who wears socks with sandals. My mom is the classic suburban mom. PDA meetings, baking. What do you think about this story? Drop your comment. Story 2. Reddit. What's the most obvious sign you missed that your partner was cheating? Okay, buckle up because my ex just pulled the ultimate betrayal. I'm still reeling. We were together for 5 years.
5. Freaking. Years.
I thought he was the one. We talked marriage. We talked kids. We even looked at houses. Seriously. Fast forward to last week. I found a text. On his phone. While he was in the shower. I know. Snooping is bad. But something felt off. Gut feeling, you know? The text was from a number I didn't recognize. It said, "Can't wait to see you tonight, babe." My blood ran cold. Babe. Who the hell is babe? He got out of the shower. I confronted him. He denied everything. Said it was a wrong number. Yeah, right. I pressed him.
Hard.
He cracked. Admitted it. He'd been seeing someone else. For 6 months. 6 months. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I couldn't breathe. It gets worse. This someone else? My sister. My own freaking sister. I'm not kidding. He was sleeping with my sister.
I don't even know how to process this.
The rage is overwhelming. The betrayal is crushing. I kicked him out. Obviously. He begged for forgiveness.
Said it was a mistake.
A mistake? Sleeping with my sister is not a mistake. It's a conscious decision. My sister?
She's blocked. Gone.
Erased from my life.
How could they do this to me?
To our family? I'm so angry. I'm so hurt. I'm so confused. I don't know who to trust anymore. My entire world has been shattered. 5 years.
Gone. Just like that.
And with my sister? Seriously? I need advice. I need support. I need a freaking therapist. What do I do? How do I move on from this? How do I ever trust anyone again? This is a nightmare. A real-life nightmare. I can't believe this is my life right now. Help me, Reddit. Please. I feel like I'm drowning. I just found out my boyfriend of 3 years is also my half-brother.
Yeah, you read that right.
Half-brother. We met in college. Hit it off immediately. Shared interests. Similar sense of humor. Everything just clicked. We were inseparable. 3 years of bliss. Or so I thought. Last week, my mom dropped a bomb. Out of nowhere. Apparently, she had a one-night stand years ago. With my boyfriend's dad. Never told anyone. Until now. The math adds up. It's him. He's my half-brother. I'm disgusted. I'm heartbroken. I'm completely and utterly traumatized. I confronted him. He had no idea. He's just as shocked as I am. We're both reeling. What do we do? Do we pretend it never happened? Can we even do that? The thought of touching him makes me sick. But I love him. Or I thought I did. Is this love? Or
Is it just shared DNA?
our families are going to freak out? This is a disaster. A complete and utter disaster. I can't stop crying. I can't stop throwing up. I feel like my life is over. Reddit, please tell me this is a dream. Tell me I'm going to wake up and everything will be okay. Tell me there's a way out of this mess. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. I'm scared. I'm so scared. My girlfriend just dumped me because I'm too good at board games. I'm not even kidding. We were together for 2 years. 2 years of movie nights, romantic dinners, and board games. I thought she enjoyed them. I mean, she always played. I'm competitive. I admit it. But I always tried to be a good sport. Apparently, I wasn't good enough. Last night, we were playing Settlers of Catan. I was crushing it. As usual, she slammed the board. Pieces went flying. She started yelling. Said I always have to win. That I make her feel stupid. That she's tired of losing. I was stunned. I didn't know she felt this way. I tried to apologize. To explain that I just enjoy playing. But she wouldn't listen. She said she couldn't be with someone who always has to be the best. That my competitiveness was a turn-off. She packed her bags. Left.
Just like that.
Over a board game. I'm heartbroken.
And confused.
Is it really that bad to be good at something? Am I really that awful of a boyfriend? I thought we were happy. I thought we had fun. Apparently, I was wrong.
So here I am.
Single. And apparently too good at board games. What do I do now? Do I tone down my skills? Pretend to be worse than I am? Is that even possible? I don't know. I'm lost. And slightly offended. This is the dumbest reason to break up with someone. Ever. Help me, Reddit. Tell me I'm not crazy. Tell me there are other people out there who appreciate a good board game player. Tell me I'll find love again. Even if I'm a Catan master. My wife just told me she's been talking to a psychic. About our marriage. Without telling me. I found out by accident. She left her phone open. On a text message. From Psychic Serena. The text said, "He's being difficult, but don't worry, I'm working on him. The energy is shifting." I was floored. What the hell? She's been consulting a psychic about our marriage? Behind my back? I confronted her. She admitted it. Said she's been feeling disconnected from me. That she thought a psychic could help. I'm not against psychics. If that's your thing, fine. But to involve one in our marriage? Without even talking to me about it? That's a huge betrayal. It feels like she doesn't trust me. Like she doesn't think we can solve our problems together. I'm hurt. And angry. We've been married for 10 years. 10 years of building a life together. And now she's turning to a stranger for advice? Instead of me? I don't understand. What's even worse is that she's spending a fortune on this psychic. Apparently, energy shifting isn't cheap. We're already struggling financially. And she's wasting money on this nonsense? I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to do. Do I tell her to stop seeing the psychic? Do I try to convince her that we can fix our marriage on our own? Or is this a sign that our relationship is doomed? I'm so confused. And so disappointed. I thought we were a team. I thought we could handle anything together. But apparently I was wrong. Reddit, please help. Has anyone else dealt with this? Is there any hope for us? Or is my marriage cursed by bad energy? My boyfriend proposed. Then immediately took the ring back. I'm still trying to process this. We were at a fancy restaurant, celebrating our anniversary. He got down on one knee, pulled out a ring. It was beautiful. I started crying. Said yes. He smiled. Then his face changed. He hesitated. He stood up, took the ring back. Said he wasn't ready. That he panicked. That he loves me. But he's not sure about marriage. I was mortified. Humiliated. Devastated. He proposed. Then unproposed. In the span of about 30 seconds. In front of everyone in the restaurant. I ran out. Crying. He followed me. Begged me to forgive him. Said he didn't mean to hurt me. But the damage is done. I'm crushed. I feel like an idiot. He made me believe he wanted to marry me. He made me feel like I was special. And then he ripped it all away. I don't know what to do. Do I forgive him? Can I even trust him again?
He says he loves me.
But his actions say otherwise. I'm so confused. And so heartbroken. I don't know if I can stay with him. Even though I love him. This is the most embarrassing moment of my life. I'll never forget it. Reddit, what do I do? Do I give him another chance?
Or do I walk away?
I'm so lost. And so hurt. My best friend confessed she's in love with my dad.
Yeah, you read that right.
My dad. We've been friends since kindergarten.
Practically.
Sisters. We've shared everything. Secrets, dreams, heartbreaks.
Until now.
Last night, she came over. We were drinking wine.
Talking about life.
And then she dropped the bomb. She's in love with my dad. Apparently, she's been harboring these feelings for years. She said she knows it's wrong. But she can't help how she feels. I'm disgusted. I'm betrayed. I'm completely. So, what do you guys think of this story?
Drop your comment.
Story 3. My heart melted when I saw my boyfriend. With another puppy. Okay, so I found out my boyfriend was cheating. Yeah, I know. Shocker, right? But the way I found out, you guys are not going to believe this. We'd been together for 2 years. 2 years of what I thought was a solid, loving relationship. We had plans. Serious plans. Moving in together, maybe even the ring thing.
I was so freaking happy.
Naive, I guess. It all started with a freaking dog. Not just any dog. This tiny, fluffy, ridiculously cute Pomeranian puppy. My boyfriend, let's call him Mark, always said he wasn't a dog person. Cats only, he'd declare. Allergies, he'd claim. Drama, he'd moan. So imagine my surprise when I saw him walking down the street, holding a leash, attached to a tiny ball of orange fluff. My jaw literally dropped. I was across the street, heading to the grocery store. He didn't see me. He was too busy cooing at the puppy. Baby talk. The kind of baby talk he never used with me. Who's a good boy? Who's a little fluffy good boy?
Ugh.
I wanted to throw up. I ducked into a doorway, heart pounding. What was going on? Had he suddenly had a change of heart? Developed a secret love for Pomeranians? Or was something else entirely going on? My gut screamed the latter. I waited until he was out of sight. Then I crossed the street and followed him. Not my finest moment, I admit. Total creeper vibes. But I needed to know. I just needed to know. He walked for a few blocks, then turned into a park. A park near his apartment. Okay, normal enough, right?
Wrong.
He didn't go to the dog park. He went to a bench, where a girl was waiting. A pretty girl, with long blonde hair and a bright smile. And when she saw Mark, her face lit up. She reached out and took the puppy. Oh, Peanut. I missed you so much.
Peanut?
Seriously? Mark sat down next to her. He put his arm around her. He kissed her. Not a quick peck. A full-on, romantic, movie-worthy kiss. My stomach churned. My vision blurred. I wanted to scream. I didn't scream. I took a picture. A really good picture. Of them kissing. With the puppy. For evidence. Because I knew, somehow, he'd try to deny it. I walked away.
Numb.
In shock. Like I was watching a movie. A really bad glitch movie. I went home. I waited for him. He came in all smiles. Hey, babe. How was your day? He tried to kiss me. I recoiled. Who's Peanut? I asked. His face went white.
He stammered.
Peanut? What peanut? I don't know any peanut. I showed him the picture. He tried to deny it.
Of course he did.
It's not what it looks like, he said. She's just a friend. I was just helping her with her dog. Helping her with her dog? By kissing her in the park? I asked, my voice shaking. He finally confessed. He'd been seeing her for a few months. He said he was confused. He said he still loved me.
He said it was a mistake.
I didn't listen. I told him to get out. I packed his bags. I changed the locks. He begged me to forgive him.
He cried.
He promised it would never happen again. I didn't believe him. The next day, I posted the picture on Reddit. Just kidding. I didn't.
But I wanted to.
Instead, I did something even better. I went to the animal shelter, and I adopted a dog. A big, goofy, lovable mutt. A dog that actually needed me. His name is Max, and he's the best freaking dog in the world. And Mark, he can go to hell. With Peanut and her stupid Pomeranian. I'm so much happier now. I learned a valuable lesson. Trust your gut. And always, always, be wary of guys who suddenly develop a love for tiny, fluffy dogs. So yeah, that's my cheating boyfriend story. Found out about it because of a puppy. Life is weird, man. But hey, at least I got a great dog out of it. Story 4. R/unresolved mysteries. The case of the missing alibi and the unexpected lipstick stain. Was it a crime of passion or a masterclass in deception? Okay, so I think my girlfriend's been leading a double life. I'm freaking out. We've been together for 5 years.
Sarah.
She's amazing. Or at least I thought she was. It started subtly. She'd stay late at work more often. Big project, she'd say. I believed her. I'm not a jealous guy. But then the phone calls started. Whispered conversations. She'd duck into another room. It's just my mom, she'd tell me. But her mom died 3 years ago. Red flag number 1. Obvious, right? I should have confronted her then. But I didn't want to be that guy. The insecure boyfriend. So I let it slide. Big mistake. Then came the weekends away. Business trips, she called them. Always last minute. Always to different cities. I started Googling the companies she supposedly worked with. Nothing.
They didn't exist.
Red flag number 2. I was getting suspicious. Really suspicious. I started snooping. I know. It's wrong. But I had to know. Her laptop was locked. Her phone too. She's usually so careless. It was weird. One night, she fell asleep on the couch. Phone unlocked. Jackpot. I scrolled through her texts. Nothing incriminating.
Damn.
Then I saw it. A dating app. Hidden in a folder. I clicked on it. There she was. Looking for fun, her profile said. My heart sank. It felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I scrolled through her messages. She was talking to multiple guys. Flirty messages. Explicit messages. My Sarah. I took screenshots. Every single one. I couldn't believe it. I woke her up. I showed her the phone. She went pale. Started crying. It's not what it looks like, she said. The oldest line in the book. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just stared at her. Disappointment. That's all I felt. Who are you? I asked. She didn't answer. She confessed. It had been going on for months. Multiple guys. Different cities. She said she was bored. That our relationship had become routine. That she needed excitement. I kicked her out. That night. I couldn't stand to look at her. 5 years.
Gone. Just like that.
The next day, I went through her stuff. That's when I found it. A hidden compartment in her closet. Inside, a passport. With a different name. A different picture. But it was her. My Sarah wasn't Sarah at all. She was someone else. Someone completely different.
Who was she?
What was she hiding? Was she a spy? A con artist? I have no idea. I've tried to find out. I hired a private investigator. He's found nothing. No record of her previous life. No family. No friends. It's like she appeared out of thin air. It's been 6 months. I still don't know who she really is. Or why she lied. Or what she was running from. It's a total mystery. I'm sharing this because I'm desperate. Has anyone else experienced something like this? Has anyone ever dated someone who wasn't who they said they were? Any advice? Any leads? I'm lost. I'm confused. And I just want to know the truth. Who was the woman I loved? And why did she disappear? This is my unsolved mystery. And it's tearing me apart. Help me Reddit.
Please.
What is your opinion in a situation like this? Please drop your comment. Story 5. Okay, Reddit, buckle up. This is insane. My Aunt Carol's husband, Vinny?
Gone. Poof. Vanished.
Last Tuesday. Supposedly heading to his bowling league. But did he really make it to strikes and spares? Or was it a final frame of a different kind? Carol's a wreck, obviously. Picture a chihuahua in a sweater, perpetually on the verge of tears. He just left? She keeps wailing, clutching a framed photo of Vinny in his bowling shirt. With his lucky ball, the hammer. The cops are involved, naturally. They asked me questions. A lot of them. Did Vinny have any enemies? Dude, he's a middle-aged accountant who bowls. His biggest enemy was probably gutter balls. The thing is, Vinny's not exactly subtle. The guy wore socks with individual toe compartments. He's loud. He's got this booming laugh that sounds like a walrus gargling gravel. You don't just lose a Vinny. I went to the bowling alley myself. Sticky floors, the smell of stale beer and desperation. Nobody saw him. Vinny, the bartender squinted. Nah, haven't seen him all week. And believe me, I'd remember. He always orders the Vinny special, pickleback shots and mozzarella sticks. Now, Carol's convinced he's run off with a younger woman. Maybe a waitress? A yoga instructor? I don't know. But something feels off. Seriously off. I have this gut feeling this isn't just a midlife crisis. This is weirder. And I'm starting to think I'm the only one who sees it. Carol says she was home alone knitting.
Knitting.
Hook. But her alibi has more holes than one of her awful sweaters. Seriously, who knits anymore? Anyway, Detective Harding grilled her. Mrs. Albright, are you sure you were home all night? Carol blinked, all innocent-like. Of course, Detective. Just me and Mittens. Mittens is her cat, BTW. A real jerk of a cat. Harding pressed on. No phone calls? No visitors? Not even a quick trip to the store? Carol's voice trembled. No, Detective. I wouldn't lie. But here's where it gets juicy. Mrs. Henderson, Carol's next-door neighbor, swears she saw Carol's car screeching out of the driveway around 11 p.m. Harding asked, "Did you see who was driving?" Mrs. Henderson squinted. It was dark, but it looked like Carol's car. Carol denies everything. Says Mrs. Henderson is senile. But get this. Security camera footage from a gas station a mile away shows a car matching Carol's filling up at 11:15 p.m. The driver is blurry, but it looks an awful lot like Carol. Harding confronted her with the evidence. Carol just started crying. It wasn't me. I swear. Maybe I was sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking. Give me a break.
This case is wild, guys. What do you think? Is Carol guilty? Or is someone setting her up? Let me know in the comments. So, lipstick. Bright red. Not my shade. Not Carol's shade. Was it a scarlet letter of betrayal or a carefully planted clue? Last week, Mark, my golden retriever husband, came home late. Work thing, he mumbled, avoiding eye contact.
Fine.
Whatever. I heated up his dinner. He ate silently. That's when I saw it. The collar. Mark, I said, voice dangerously low. Explain. He choked on his mashed potatoes. Lipstick? I don't know. Liar. Don't insult me, I snapped. Whose lipstick is that? He stammered. Sweated. It was pathetic. Okay. It was Brenda from accounting. She, tripped and grabbed my collar to steady herself. Brenda? Brenda with the perpetually chapped lips and the personality of a damp sponge? I didn't buy it for a second. Right, I said, dripping sarcasm. And she just happened to be wearing fire engine red lipstick while tripping? Come on. He looked defeated. Look, can we just drop it? It meant nothing. Meant nothing? That's what they all say, right? But the seed of doubt was planted. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was seriously wrong. This wasn't just a smudge of lipstick, it was a crack in our foundation. And I was about to find out how deep it went. Stay tuned, because I'm about to go full detective. So you guys are never gonna believe this. Vinny, my bowling buddy, the guy who practically lives at the alley, vanished.
Poof.
Bowling night. Championship game. Biggest night of our lives. And Vinny's a no-show. We're freaking out, right? Texting, calling, nothing. Then, Tony, who works the late shift, drops a bomb. Saw Vinny, he says, all shady-like. Big argument. Woman. Outside. Okay, Vinny's got a girlfriend, Maria. Sweet girl. But Tony's description? This dame? Definitely not Maria. Red dress. Heels. Attitude you could cut with a knife. And get this. Tony says she wasn't holding a bowling ball. We lost the championship. Obviously. But that's not even the point. Where is Vinny? And who is the mystery woman? Next day, Mariah's at the alley, eyes red. He left, she whispers. Said he needed space. Space? From what? From US? From bowling? From me? Something's seriously messed up. I'm gonna find my friend. And I'm gonna find out who this woman is. This is just the beginning.
Stay tuned.
This is getting juicy. So, you guys won't believe what happened after the cops left. Carol. Freaking. Carol. She starts sobbing. Like, full-on ugly crying. In thinking, okay, finally some truth is coming out.
Nope.
It's a word salad of tears and half-sentences. We argued. She wails, dabbing at her face with a tissue. This morning.
Before everything.
About what, Carol? I ask, trying to keep my voice even. Money, she blurts. We were short. Rent's due. Okay, relatable. But still something's off. Then she says, he said I was spending too much.
Wait. What?
5 minutes ago, she said they were totally in love, never fought. Carol, I say slowly. You said you never argue. She looks at me, eyes wide. I didn't mean never.
Just not usually.
Guys, I'm telling you, her story is changing faster than my TikTok feed. Is she hiding something huge, or is she just genuinely this ditzy? I need answers. And maybe a lawyer. Because this is getting way too real. Knitting needles are starting to look like gold bars right now. Remember Vinny, my dead, science-obsessed husband? Turns out, he wasn't just obsessed with obscure physics theories. He was also obsessed with life insurance. Like a lot of life insurance. And guess who's the beneficiary? Yours truly. Carol, the widow who thought her biggest problem was figuring out how to work Vinny's complicated coffee machine, is now potentially rich? I'm talking, never work another day in my life rich. He never mentioned it. Not once. We were struggling, always pinching pennies. Gotta save for the future, Carol, he'd say, while simultaneously buying another textbook on quantum entanglement. Now I'm looking at this policy, and it's substantial. Enough to buy a small island, probably. My head is spinning. Is this why he was so calm about his condition? Did he know something I didn't? Was this his messed up way of taking care of me? I called my sister, Deb. Deb, you won't believe this. Silence. Vinny had, like, a mountain of life insurance. I'm the beneficiary.
Deb gasped.
Carol, you're set for life. Maybe. But all I feel is weird. Guilty? Mostly confused. Vinny, you crazy genius. What did you do? And what am I supposed to do with all this yarn money? Okay, Reddit, buckle up because this DNA test just detonated my entire life. Remember Carol, my wife, and the bowling alley babe I suspected of bumping uglies with her? Wrong woman. The lipstick DNA?
It's Deb.
Deb, as in Carol's ride or die, been friends since kindergarten. Knows all my secrets, Deb. I'm reeling. I confronted Carol. Deb's lipstick was on your bowling ball. Explain. She went white. It's a mistake. A mistake that involves her making out with your bowling ball? Then Deb shows up, looking guilty as hell. Carol starts crying, babbling about a drunken dare, a silly game.
Lies.
All lies. But here's the kicker. Remember the life insurance policy? The one Carol took out on me, suspiciously high amount? I just found out Deb's the beneficiary. Not Carol.
Deb.
You were planning to kill me? I asked Carol.
No.
Never. Deb needed the money. Needed the money? For what? To skip town after they offed me? Reddit, I'm pretty sure I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight. This isn't just betrayal. This is attempted murder fueled by cheap lipstick and a bowling ball. What do? You will never guess what happened with Vinny, Deb, and the whole dumpster fire. Remember how Vinny died in that freak gardening accident? Yeah, well, he faked it.
Faked. His own Death.
I know, right? I about choked on my kombucha when Carol dropped the bomb. Carol, you knew? I asked, my voice cracking. She just shrugged, all nonchalant. He wasn't happy, sweetie. Deb neither. Said they were trapped. Trapped. They were stealing office supplies and making goo-goo eyes at each other during company meetings. Turns out, Vinny and Deb had been planning this escape for months. Carol helped, apparently sick of their whining. She even forged the death certificate. Said she owed Vinny one from that time he covered for her gambling debt. What gambling debt? And the worst part? They ran off to Peru. To open a llama farm. A llama farm. I'm sitting here, heartbroken, thinking my friend is worm food, and he's sipping pisco sours with Deb, surrounded by fluffy llamas. I can't believe any of this. Seriously, what is wrong with these people?
I need a new job.
And maybe a therapist. This is too much. Buttercups, because Carol's true colors just exploded. Who knew Carol had such a dark side? Remember my llama-obsessed and trying to scam insurance after Vinny, her prize-winning llama, mysteriously vanished? Turns out Deb, my cousin, wasn't on it. Carol's master plan? Deb would find Vinny conveniently after the insurance payout. Deb gets Vinny, her secret llama love. Carol gets rich. Everyone wins. Except Vinny, who probably hates being a pawn. It's foolproof. Carol cackled, swirling her tea. I choked on my own spit. Foolproof? This was a sitcom waiting to happen. But, Vinny, I stammered. He'll be happier with Deb. Carol waved her hand dismissively. She understands him. Deb, bless her heart, just wants a llama boyfriend. Is that too much to ask? Apparently not, if you're willing to commit insurance fraud. The insurance money landed. Carol was ecstatic. Deb was practicing her llama whispering. Then, bam, Vinny reappeared. Not with Deb, not in some field. He was on the local news, leading a parade. Apparently, he escaped and joined a traveling circus. Carol's face? Priceless. Deb? Heartbroken.
Me?
Recording everything for Reddit. This is far from over. So, you guys will not believe this. All this over a midlife crisis and a really bad knitting habit. I'm dead. Remember Carol? The llama lady? Yeah, well, things escalated.
Fast.
Turns out her knitting club was a front. A front for what, you ask? Llama smuggling. I swear, I'm not making this up. The FBI showed up yesterday. Flashing badges, yelling stuff. It was like a movie, only with more alpaca sweaters. They seized everything. Llamas, yarn, Carol's minivan. The whole shebang. What's going on? I yelled, probably sounding like an idiot. Llama trafficking. Agent whoever said, not even blinking. And you're? Just a neighbor. I swear. I only bought a scarf. Turns out, Carol was selling endangered llama wool. Illegal stuff. Big fines.
Jail time.
I just wanted to knit. Carol wailed as they dragged her away. Now the whole neighborhood's taped off. Llamas are being loaded into trucks. And I'm pretty sure I'm on some kind of FBI watch list. All because I wanted a cute, hand-knitted scarf. My life is officially a disaster. Send help. And maybe a lawyer. What do you all think of this story? Drop your comment.
Story 6.
My life has become a goddamn shape-shifting soap opera. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'm starring in it, or if I'm just the audience getting played. It all started subtly, you know? Like a low hum in the background you don't quite register until it's drilling into your skull. Alara, my girlfriend, the woman I thought I was going to marry, started acting off. Hey babe, how was your day? Fine. Just fine. No details. No complaints about Brenda from accounting stealing her stapler again. Just fine. It was like talking to a goddamn wall painted beige. Then came the secretive texts. Phone always face down. Screen lighting up with notifications that vanished quicker than a politician's promise. I tried to peek, casually like I was stretching, but she was always lightning fast. Ninja reflexes. For a girl who tripped over air on the regular, she was suddenly a goddamn master of deception. Who's that? I'd ask, trying to keep my voice light, playful. Just work stuff, she'd say, her eyes darting away. You know. No, Alara, I didn't know. Because work stuff didn't usually involve giggling and blushing like you'd just been told the world's dirtiest joke.
And the late nights. Oh, the late nights.
Gotta work late, honey. Big deadline. Big deadline my ass. I called her office one night just to see. Rang and rang. No answer. I even considered driving over there, but the thought of what I might find it made my stomach churn. Classic cheating signs, right? Textbook. Every rom-com, every trashy magazine, every goddamn Reddit thread screamed the same thing. She's banging someone else. But here's where it gets weird. Here's where my brain decided to stage a full-blown anxiety rave. What if it wasn't just someone else? What if it was something else? Alara loves sci-fi. Like, Comic-Con cosplay knows more about Star Trek than William Shatner loves sci-fi. And she's dragged me down the rabbit hole with her. We've watched every alien invasion movie ever made. We've debated the ethics of time travel. We even had a serious conversation about whether we'd join the Rebel Alliance or the Galactic Empire. She was Empire, naturally. Said they had better dental. So, my brain, being the unhelpful bastard that it is, went straight to shapeshifters. I know. It sounds insane. But hear me out. The secrecy, the late nights, the subtle personality shifts. What if she wasn't just cheating? What if she was being replaced? The paranoia hit me like a freight train. Suddenly, every interaction felt off. I started scrutinizing her. Every word, every gesture, every goddamn facial twitch. Was that really her laugh? Did she always hold her fork like that? Was her earlobe pointier than usual? I started imagining her as other people. As my best friend, Mark, who always had a weird thing for her. I did catch him looking at her, a strange glint in his eye. Was that admiration? Or was it recognition? Was he another one of them? Hey man, I said to him one day, trying to sound casual. You and Alara getting along okay? He chuckled a little too heartily. Yeah, she's great. Real catch. Real catch? What the hell kind of thing is that to say? Then I started imagining her as my mom. My sweet, innocent, baking cookies on Sundays mom. The thought made me want to vomit. But the seed was planted. Every time I saw her, I'd look for telltale signs. A subtle difference in her perfume. A slight change in the way she folded laundry. Mom, you seem different lately. She just laughed. Oh, honey, you're just imagining things. You're probably stressed. Stressed? You have no idea, Mom. Or should I say asterisk, not asterisk, Mom. And then, the worst one. The one that sent me spiraling into full-blown existential dread. I started imagining her as the dog.
Sparky.
Our golden retriever. Our fluffy, lovable idiot. I know, it sounds ridiculous. But think about it. He's always around. He sees everything. He's fiercely loyal to Alara. And he's always licking her. Always. What if he was gathering her DNA? What if he was becoming her? I started avoiding Sparky. I couldn't even look at him without feeling a wave of nausea. He'd come bounding up to me, tail wagging, tongue lolling, and I'd just freeze. Good boy, Sparky. I'd mumble, backing away slowly. Good boy. Alara noticed, of course. What's wrong with you? You're acting weird. Nothing, I said, my voice cracking. Just tired. Tired of living in a goddamn paranoia-fueled nightmare. That's what I was. The worst part was, I couldn't talk to anyone about it. Who would believe me? My friends would think I was crazy. My family would stage an intervention. I was trapped in my own personal twilight zone, with no escape. I needed proof. I needed something, anything, to confirm my suspicions. So I did what any sane, rational person would do. I started Googling signs of shapeshifters. The results were unhelpful. Mostly conspiracy theories and links to bad sci-fi movies. But I did find one interesting article about subtle behavioral changes that might indicate someone was being controlled by an outside force. The article listed things like increased irritability, loss of interest in hobbies, changes in sleep patterns, and a sudden aversion to silver. Silver? That was it. That was the key. Alara always wore a silver necklace. A delicate little thing with a tiny moon charm. I'd given it to her for our anniversary. She hadn't taken it off in years, but lately hadn't seen it. "Hey, where's your necklace?" I asked her one night, trying to sound casual. She shrugged. "I don't know. Probably somewhere. I'll find it later." "You haven't been wearing it for a while," I pressed. "Is something wrong?" She glared at me. "Why are you so obsessed with my necklace?" "I'm not obsessed," I said, my voice rising. "I'm just curious." "Well, stop being curious," she snapped. "It's annoying." That was it. That was the confirmation I needed. She was hiding something, and that something was probably reptilian in origin. I spent the next few days scouring the internet for ways to detect shapeshifters. I found everything from ancient rituals to modern technology. I even considered buying a thermal camera, but I figured that might be a little too obvious. Finally, I stumbled across a forum dedicated to exposing alien conspiracies. It was a cesspool of paranoia and misinformation, but I did find one interesting post about a frequency disruptor that could allegedly reveal a shapeshifter's true form. The device was supposedly based on some obscure scientific principle involving sound waves and quantum entanglement. It sounded like complete bullshit, but I was desperate. The instructions were vague and complicated, involving things like soldering irons, radio frequencies, and a whole lot of technobabble. But I was determined. I spent hours hunched over my workbench, surrounded by wires, circuit boards, and a growing sense of impending doom. Finally, after days of tinkering, I had it. A Frankensteinian contraption of wires, transistors, and a repurposed Bluetooth speaker. It looked like something out of a bad sci-fi movie, which ironically was exactly what I was trying to avoid. I waited until Alara was asleep. Then, I crept into the bedroom, my heart pounding in my chest. The frequency disruptor felt heavy in my hand. I aimed the device at her, took a deep breath, and pressed the button. The speaker emitted a high-pitched whine that made my teeth ache. Alara stirred in her sleep, groaning softly. Nothing happened. I waited. The whine continued, drilling into my skull. Still nothing. I was about to give up when I noticed something. Alara's skenet seemed to shimmer. Just for a moment. Like a heat haze on a summer day. I stared, my eyes wide with disbelief. The shimmering intensified. Her features began to blur. Her nose seemed to flatten, her eyes widened, and her skin turned greenish. I screamed. I dropped the frequency disruptor and stumbled backward, tripping over the rug. I landed on my ass with a thud, my eyes fixed on the figure in the bed. It wasn't Alara. Not anymore. You guys are not going to believe this. Last time, I told you about finding out my girlfriend was cheating. But it wasn't just any cheating. It was shape-shifting cheating. Buckle up, buttercups, because this is where it gets insane. I walked into the apartment, receipt clutched in my sweaty palm. The glamour potion receipt. Seriously, who even uses those anymore? I felt like I was in some bad fantasy movie, not my real life. Sarah was on the couch, scrolling through her phone, looking all innocent. Too innocent. "Hey," she said, not even looking up. "Hey," I replied, my voice tight. I tried to keep it casual, but I was practically vibrating with rage and betrayal. "What's that?" I asked, gesturing to her phone. "Just, memes," she mumbled, still glued to the screen. "Memes? Seriously?" I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw the receipt in her face. But I needed to stay calm. I needed to hear her lie. "Cool," I said, taking a deep breath. "I actually wanted to talk to you about something." She finally looked up, her eyes wide and a little too bright. "What's up?" I held up the receipt. "This." Her face went white. Like Casper the Friendly Ghost white. "Where did you get that?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. "Does it matter?" I snapped. "What matters is what it is. A receipt for a glamour potion. A shape-shifting potion. Explain. Now." And that's when the waterworks started. The Niagara Falls of fake tears. "I don't know what you're talking about," she sobbed, burying her face in her hands. "Oh, come on, Sarah. Don't insult my intelligence. You think I'm stupid? You think I wouldn't notice you suddenly developing an interest in, I don't know, rugby players? I like rugby, she wailed, her voice muffled by her hands. You hate sports. You think athletes are meatheads. Don't lie to me. I was yelling now. I couldn't help it. The anger had finally boiled over. It's not what you think, she cried, looking up at me with those big, watery eyes. I was just curious. Curious? About shape-shifting into someone who likes rugby players?
Yeah, right.
Curious enough to spend $100 on a potion? I scoffed. Curious enough to go on dates with guys who look exactly like my celebrity crush? She didn't say anything,
Just kept crying.
So, you admit it? I pressed. You admit you used this potion to trick me? No, she shrieked. I didn't trick you. I wanted to be more attractive to you. I thought if I... What do you think of this story? Please drop your comment. Thanks for watching. See you on the next round. Remember to hit the subscribe button and share this story.